Sorry I'm late, Dr. Cleary. I forgot where this place was.
Well, maybe that's because you didn't come down here very often when you were a student.
Well, just let me introduce you before you start making fun of me. Dr. Leonard J. Clearly. What does the J stand for again?
It stands for James, but it's not Clearly, it's Clear-E.
Oh. Well, clearly.
Thanks.
Dr. Cleary is a professor in the Department of Neurobiology and Anatomy here at McGovern and runs the Medical Student Anatomy Department, which means he'll be running your life for the first semester. He got his PhD from Columbia, South America, and does research on brain stuff. How long have you been here at McGovern?
Well, I've been here longer than it's been called McGovern, let's put it that way.
So I heard with the new name, we got a new curriculum. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. We've gone to an integrated organ systems-based approach, and we start in the fall with an overall perspective of biomedical science that we call the Foundations of Medicine course.
Very cool. Nice. That's really awesome. How's it different from the old curriculum? Anything new and interesting?
Well, the old curriculum, as you know, was a discipline-based course, so we would have anatomy, physiology, microbiology as separate courses, but now we've merged them all into one, because really biomedical science is one long continuum, and we want our students to be able to manage that continuum.
That's a good point. I guess everyone goes at their own pace, right? I mean, some people sound better on 2x.
Or 3x.
Well, when in Rome. So what was the hardest part about creating the new curriculum?
Well, I think the hardest part was getting the input from the students as to what would really be most effective way to improve their education. And then we had to educate the faculty members on these new approaches that we've decided to take.
Very cool. So we're here in the anatomy lab, and can you give us some of the guidelines and rules for when students are working down here?
Sure. Well, one of the rules is access. Please don't bring any guests into the anatomy lab without faculty participation. And then another rule is apparel. We want everybody to wear long pants, and we want them to wear closed-toed shoes. And then there's another rule, which is no eating or drinking in the lab. So,
why would you make a rule like that?
Yeah, because it's probably not healthy.
These are veggie chips. Yeah. They're supposed to be healthy for you.
It's also kind of disrespectful to the cadavers.
But what if I get hungry or thirsty while I'm dissecting? Because it takes a while. It takes a couple hours.
Yeah, it does.
Sometimes I just need a drink.
Yeah.
It's not Diet Coke. So now that I have you trapped here, I have a question. A couple months ago, I applied to be an anatomy pedagogue, and I never heard back. Did I get the job?
Well, you didn't hear back, so that means you didn't get the job.
Why not?
Would you care to hazard a guess?
Well, I mean, I passed.
Yes, you did.
And I dissected. I was there for every dissection till 3 o'clock. And yeah, that's all you need to be a pedagogue, right?
You were there?
Well,
how come I didn't see you?
Well, we switched tanks, so. I heard you guys are doing pass-fail next year.
Next year, yes, we're doing it next year for the entering class of 2018.
How come you guys aren't doing it this year?
Bureaucracy.
Well,
yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's probably why we shouldn't eat in the lab. So pass-fail. I wish we had that.
That would be kind of like your record as it is, right? So didn't you already have that?
Hey, we're not supposed to talk about transcript.
You're right. Sorry.
Well, joke's on you because I actually honored my Blue Book credit.
I don't think we have grades for Blue Book courses. Sorry.
That's what they want you to think. So on a completely different note from grades, how can I get into AOA?
Well, I don't think you can.
Why not?
Because it's not distinct from grades. AOA takes the people at the top quarter of the class academically, and they also have demonstrated service commitment.
I do tons of service. I was actually talking about AOA, the K-pop band Ace of Angels.
Oh,
I know how much you love K-pop. You play it all the time down here in the lab.
I do.
So AOA, what's that used for, though?
Well, it's an honor, and it recognizes people who are going to carry the best aspects of medical profession forward, and so that helps you get into your residency.
Wait, residency, is that the thing when you live in the dorm in college?
No. Residency is where you go for your next stage of training in the area of specialty that you've chosen.
I thought we learned how to be doctors in medical school. Why do we have to go to residency?
Because it's a long process. There's a lot to learn.
I guess. Other than academics, how do you interact with students, like in clubs or campus organizations?
Well, I'm a faculty associate for the McGovern Society. I am in AOA.
Oh. So you're a good person to know.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, many of our clubs are very active, and we have a student government. Actually, last year, our student government raised $15,000 and donated it to AmeriCare, which is amazing. I personally voted to donate it to AMA, American Mustache Association, but I don't think people at our school appreciate fine hair on the face.
No. We have a dress code.
Well, I also do a lot of other charity work. I work with an organization called Doctors Without Diplomas. Have you ever heard of them?
I have not, and I don't think it would be legal.
Well, they're international, so Texas Medical Board doesn't get a say. We're coming to the end of our interview. Do you have any advice you would not give medical students for the first year?
I would advise students, don't drink too much, don't play video games, don't sleep late.
See, the usual combination, drinking, video games, and staying out.
Right.
That's true. Well, Dr. Cleary, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.